Hey everyone, Grump here. We had a bit of a PC mishap, so some of the audio for this episode got lost. So if you're wondering why the audio quality is pretty inconsistent this time around, that's why. Thanks for listening, and now on to the podcast. Hey everybody, welcome back to another extra spicy and really cool episode of the formerly Sneed's podcast. I'm one of two hosts, Big Grump from the YouTube channel Big Grump. Joining me as always is my good pal Krabsy from KrabsyArt.com.
That's me, KrabsyArt.com, KrabsyArt.net, KrabsyArt.edu, .co.uk.
Yeah. Krabsy, what movie are we talking about today?
You know, in the last episode you guys listened to was a bit of a little trick. We tricked you. You know how in the movies they set up expectations, and then they do the old little beta-roo and switch. You know, the government's putting chips in people. I hope mine is barbecue. Today's episode movie review that we're going to be talking about is Spider-Man 2, starring Tobey Maguire, Christian Dunst, and Jack Black.
Yeah, he was in that. He played J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah. Look, here's that picture of Spider-Man as Jack Black.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that existed. What the hell?
You didn't know this?
No.
I think it was like a Mad TV short.
Yeah, it looks like Mad TV or SNL or Mr. Show or something. Why is Yoda on his face? What? Is that Yoda or is that Shrek? Or is that just a goblin?
I think it's Yoda. I think it's a Green Goblin. I don't remember. Yeah, it's that was a thing. Yes, I love Spider-Man too. Little disclaimer: the first 10 minutes of the movie, me and Grump realized we went to Blockbuster and rented the wrong version of it. We got Spider-Man 2.1.
Oh yeah.
So we had to drive up and return it and get our VHS copy of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
So the first minutes we were like, what's going on? What's up with all these extra scenes over here?
They added in, for some reason in the extended version, they decided to add in scenes of like shots of the pizza people like bickering with each other. And like they had like extra shots of like the pizza the classic scene where Spider-Man ditches the pizzas so that he could rescue the two children running around in the road. They added extra shots of the guy who gets the pizza,
like stealing a slice.
Yeah,
he's about to take a big ass bite out of it. He's like, finally some delicious food. And Spider-Man like webs a fucking slice out of his hand.
That's
like
that's in the base movie, I think too.
That's in the base movie? Really?
I'm like 90% sure. It's just they don't have.
I'm not driving all the way down Blockbuster.
They don't have that extra scene where they don't have that extra shot where Spider-Man lands on the side of the building.
Yeah, what does that add?
Yeah, nothing.
Like it's like the fucking Star Wars like additions, you know what I mean? Like when
the giant CGI like dinosaur that walks in front of the camera that blocks the view.
Or like the thing that farts. No, that's pod racing.
Now this is pod racing. I don't think that was an addition. I think that was that was the original movie. I have the movie on DVD and that's in there. And that's before they re-edited Yoda so that he was a CGI thing instead of a puppet.
I like the speaking of puppets, I like Dr. Octopus in this. His fucking puppet tentacles.
Dude, Dr. Octopus,
freaking cool.
Dr. Octopus is so good in that movie, man.
I think Doc Ock is, when I saw this, Doc Ock became my favorite villain for the longest time.
Really?
Like as a kid. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Doc Ock is badass in this movie. He's like legitimately like pretty powerful. Like in the first Spider-Man movie, the Green Goblin's pretty he's pretty on par with Spider-Man. Like, and this is like year one Spider-Man. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
Green Goblin like throws the bomb into the people and like turns them into skeletons.
To cartoon skeletons.
Yeah. That was
like how nothing around them like gets burned or like evaporated. Just them specifically.
Just the Oscorp guys.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah. This movie, of course, has the famous hospital sequence where it really reminds you of the fact that, that the movie was directed by the Evil Dead guy. because it's so like violent and horrifying, and it's just so perfect. I love it.
We were watching this, and I remember while everything's going on, I'm just expecting like the claws to like actually crush someone's head in. I feel like if this movie were like rated R, like it would have been much like more gruesome than what actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what we need. We need a rated R Spider-Man movie.
No, we really don't. That would be awful. Like,
no, imagine it'd be the one where he turns into like a fucking monster, like in the comics, like when he turns into like a giant, like literal spider.
What the vampire?
What, Morbius?
There was a different vampire.
I'm about to say, like, what are you talking about?
There's
the one where he turns into.
There's one comic.
A spider, like he like.
Yeah, I think we're thinking of the same comic. It's like he's like dying, and then he turns into like a like spider creature, and then his like skin gets hollowed out, and he like comes back to life after like shedding his skin or something.
Something like that. It's freaky, dude.
I didn't like that comic because it just made his like. Because one of the big revelations was that he was like chosen by like some spider god to get his superpowers, and it just completely like gets rid of the whole point of Spider-Man. Like they wanted it to be like the whole point is that anyone could wear the mask. That was the whole thing of Spider-Verse too. It could have been anybody. Yeah. Like we keep getting sidetracked. We need to talk about Spider-Man 2, the film.
Oh yeah. Spider-Man 2. I like the pizza delivery missions.
Dude, okay, so I actually have a fun story about the pizza delivery thing. So, I have no I didn't have any nostalgic connection to the films when I first saw them. Because I was too young. I didn't get to see.
Side note. I'm 26 years old at the time of recording this. Grump, how old are you?
I turned 21 in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so there's a little bit like 6-7 year difference there.
Yeah. He was born in the 1900s.
I grew up watching these. Yeah, I was born in the 1900s. I'm ancient. I'm like a dinosaur. Yeah.
Yeah. I have no nostalgic connection. I was born the year after the first movie came out and was like barely conscious when the other two came out. But I watched all three of them back to back with my friend like 5 years ago. It was just so great. But I definitely remember when my friend and I were watching it, he was expecting the pizza song from the video game to play, and it just didn't happen. She's like, wait,
yeah, because it's not in the movie.
She's like, did I miss the pizza thing? And I was like, oh, that's from the video game, dude.
Like the only pizza thing we get in the movie is him going, it's pizza time.
Yeah, he goes, pizza time. And he delivers the pizzas late, and he gets fired, bro.
Gets fired, dude.
Gets fired.
He gets fired.
He gets fired from Joe's Pizza, but then Joe's Pizza was in that movie, and so now they like devote their entire existence to the fact that they were in Spider-Man. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you go to the movie theater. No, you go to the pizza place in real life, and they yell at you. They go, Spider-Man, he was here. Look, this the Spider-Man pizza. And they got a speed.
Yeah,
like they got a little pizza covered.
They have like a sign that says like, you may have seen us in Spider-Man, which I mean, I guess if you're a pizza joint in New York and you're in a movie, like you got to take as much like clout as you can get, right? Because there's like there's like 500 pizza places in New York,
and none of them are good. New York, I'm
gonna meet you outside and give you a whooping for that. I am a big fan of New York style pizza.
New York, I'm joking. I'm joking, New York. I'm joking. Or am I? Once you guys can put pineapple on pizza and admit it's good, I'll consider taking my review of all New York pizza.
Dude,
I can imagine all the comments and how people.
It's so
fucking
insane.
Losing their minds.
It's so insane how like Krabsy hasn't taken is not under the influence for this episode, and yet we've gotten more sidetracked than we have in either of the other two.
Okay, I'll admit the other two was really tired.
You just have to get.
I'm tired. I just had some coffee. I drank some coffee. Ate a little macadamia nut cookie.
So I guess you are under the influence, but just of caffeine.
Of caffeine.
All right, can we get back on topic now?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's talk about Spider-Man 2. Yeah, the hospital scene is really good. The scene where Peter tells Aunt May that he's responsible for Uncle Ben's death.
Oh, and she just gets up and leaves, and she's like, "Fuck you."
yeah. But then
Before she goes up the stairs, she looks at him. She goes, "Spider-Man," more like, "It's like my nuts." She runs up the stairs.
Yeah, and then they have the scene at the end where, or not at the end, like later, where like she's moving out of the house and she talks about how heroes are important and everyone needs a hero, and it's such a nicely written speech, but it causes her nephew to jump off of a building. So
yeah, he gets erectile dysfunction halfway, like not even halfway through the movie. Like it's weird. Like his power. I remember watching this as a kid, and I remember his powers, like him losing his powers for longer. But it's not that he like completely loses his powers. He just kind of stops using them.
Well, he does lose his powers,
You know what I mean?
because he has like a mental block. So because he's really sad about Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah.
He got cucked by his boss's son, who's an astronaut and cool, and honestly,
Oh yeah, that's right.
pretty handsome.
Yeah, except those like stupid curls he has at the end of the movie. His forehead. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so, yeah. Dude, I was so ready, like in that one scene at the end, I was so ready for him to like drop to his knees and be like, no.
Right. Fucking Grump has a really hot take about this movie.
I have to explain it. I was gonna write it down, but I just earlier this morning, but I just completely forgot. So
I feel like you woke up in the like in a cold sweat. Like I have to defend myself.
No, I didn't do that. Okay, so I think that in Spider-Man 2 specifically, not any of the other movies, in this movie specifically, MJ has kind of an okay reason to be upset with Peter, because in her perception, because she doesn't know about his like double life, right? Like she doesn't know that he's actually Spider-Man. But her perception is her like closest friend from childhood that she like had a romantic connection with at the end of the last movie fucking like left, is like just not showing up and isn't being a good friend. And like I feel like if I was in that position, I would be upset too. But like yeah, in the other movies she's awful. But and at the end of this movie, she's awful too, because she fucking ditches her like fiance on the day of their wedding to go be with Peter.
That's what I was gonna say.
But like,
well, I do agree that's a valid reason. Like, that, dude, she like fucking strings along her like fiance throughout the whole movie, and she's like, I'm like, it's also very quick how like it, because the movie I feel like is a span like over a span of like a couple of weeks. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how the timing is, because it's not shown like that's like it's months or like it's been years or whatever. But she starts dating a guy, and then she's getting married within like a month maybe.
Yeah, it would be like a month basically, because like it's they say it's 2 years after Spider-Man 1. But
right.
But yeah, and maybe like the montage where he like is having a normal life after he loses his powers for a while. When he's having a normal life, that's like a long time. That's just like a nondescript amount of long time.
Yeah, it's like at most I'd say it's a month.
Yeah, and you know it'll probably also is a bit longer, because like Doc Ock needed to have time to get all those supplies again.
Mm-hmm. But also, what's really funny, it was within that time, like the time span of him like no longer being Spider-Man, crime rate in New York City like skyrockets to like 70%.
75. It goes up 70. No, it goes up 75%. It doesn't become 75%. It goes up. So
I'd like to. In my mind, it's 75% of New York City is just crime. It's basically Gotham.
Yeah.
That's still insane though. Fucking Spider-Man just not being there anymore. Everyone's like, fuck it, let's just break shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not like Peter is doing anything. Like, he fucking walks up to those guys that are just like beating the shit out of that guy in the alleyway, and he doesn't do anything.
He just kind of like he's like walking. He's like, someone should stop him, and he just walks away. Like they don't even show him calling the cops or like standing up. He just kind of like walks away, and like the camera like pans away and like fades to black. Or just beating the shit out of that one guy.
Yeah.
The poor kid.
The poor kid.
Just, like it looks like he goes to his school or something. He's wearing a backpack too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that scene where he almost gets his bike, like his bike gets run over when he's like on the way to the fucking the Bruce Campbell scene. Yeah, when he's on his way to see he gets tickets to the date to the show. He's on his way. He's like right down the street from it, and then wham, bam, he gets hit by a car.
Mm-hmm. He does a backflip over the car.
He does a backflip, and the kid's like, "Whoa, how you doing?"
Dude, I legitimately I saw that scene like before having seen the movie, and I was like, geez, how is he gonna explain that to the kid?
He flips over, he looks at the kid, he looks at him, he says, Raid Shadow Legend.
No, we're not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. No, this is he says like, you know, like work out, plenty of rest, eat your green vegetables. He would know because it looks a lot. He'd look a lot like this.
Silver's in terrible danger, but I can't save her because I'm too fat.
Yeah, this was actually what inspired Sam Raimi to make this movie, and you can tell because Aunt May is hanging off the side of a building. That's just
the Jack Black Spider-Man.
That's so mean, dude.
What do you mean? It's literally Jack Black Spider-Man.
Oh. Alfred Molina is very good in this film as Dr. Octagon. As Dr. Octagonopus Bomber.
Yeah, no. I think Alfred Molina's great in this movie. Yeah. You know who I don't like in this movie?
Who do you not like?
I really don't like? What's his name? Peter Parker's best friend.
James Franco?
Yeah, James Franco in this movie. Joe Flacco. I don't know, dude. Like, I know he can be pretty good in acting, but like this whole movie, he doesn't feel like he's like trying. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Tobey's trying. Like he's enjoying being Spider-Man. Alfred Molina is like really good in this.
Yeah.
Fucking James Franco. It's like that fucking scene where he's like, I have nothing except for Spider-Man. Someone's like, he saved your life. That changes nothing.
He humiliated me by touching me.
Yeah, he molested me. Spider-Man fingered me. He shot his web at me.
No, he didn't. He just grabbed him.
He shot him with a web, dude. He webbed him.
He did not shoot web at him. What's wrong with you? Did you pay attention?
He got web in his eye.
He put some dirt in his eye.
He put some dirt in his eye.
I want to put some dirt in your eye.
Yeah, no, James Franco is like goofy in this movie. It's like it feels like he's not really like trying. Like it's like it feels like I'm watching like a high school play when I'm watching him act in this movie.
Oh, God, you know what I mean?
I don't know when he, for example, when Doc Ock like finds him at his house and he's like, I need the guy that takes pictures of Spider-Man.
No, he doesn't. He holds him off he wants the precious tritium, bro.
Yeah, but he's like, I need Spider-Man. He's like, you bring me Spider-Man, and I'll give you the netherite. And Doc Ock's like, okay, and he runs away and he's like, don't hurt Peter. Mm-hmm. Don't hurt Peter. Thank you.
Don't hurt Peter Parker.
Don't hurt Peter Parker. Don't hurt Harry Potter.
I just keep thinking of the bit from Oni Plays when they're playing Spider-Man 2, and Chris goes, I wish men and women had the same rights so I could just curb stomp a bitch. And then Zach goes, I wish I could punch women.
Fuck, dude. You know what? Speaking of that, there is, I guess, if you watch the fucking new Spider-Man movie, what's it called? Far From Home?
No Way Home?
No Way Home. No Way Homes! That one. Fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man basically like admits that he killed someone.
Oh wait, yeah, he did. He fucking pushed him out of a window and he died.
Oh, that's what it's saying. That's what it's. Oh, the first guy.
What did you think he was referencing?
I thought he like beat the shit out of someone.
I don't remember that at all. He thought he killed Sandman, but Sandman he just turned into mud.
Sandman shows up. He showed up. Because Aunt May's like, Spider-Man don't kill people.
Spider-Man doesn't kill people. And then he apologizes to him at the end of the movie, and he's just like, all right, I forgive you.
Sandman's like,
we're not talking about Spider-Man. We're not talking about Spider-Man 3. That movie sucks. Let's talk about Spider-Man 2. It's better.
Oh yeah. I do like Sam Raimi's like signature like fucking pan zoom shots, like that one shot where fucking Doc Ock, like he's like, the microchip is broken.
The inhibitor chip.
And he turns around and like it zooms in on his mole on his neck.
Yeah.
And it like pan zooms back to his face. He's like, oh no.
No, not the inhibitor chip. Doc Ock is so good, dude. We just keep talking about. We just keep trying to circle back to Doc Ock.
He's the best villain. He's the best fucking villain in this. Like, he's literally the smartest villain in the Sinister Six.
Yeah, he's the mastermind oftentimes behind the Sinister Six.
Dude, that's awesome. I fucking love Doc Ock.
Doc Ock is great.
Of all the Spider-Man like we've seen, like villains we've seen on like in live action, I love Doc Ock, like Alfred Molina, and I like Vulture. I like I'm terrible with names. Michael Keaton, yes, I fucking love Michael.
Michael Keaton was
as
great.
the Vulture.
Michael Keaton was amazing as the Vulture. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is also decent, even if it's like completely inaccurate to how he's portrayed in the comics.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a mix of both. I think Bruce Campbell as Mysterio would have been really funny.
Yeah,
like Bruce Campbell, being the guy that won't let him into the fucking movie theater.
He has cameos in all three of the Spider-Man movies, and he has different roles every time.
That's true.
He's the announcer guy in the first movie. He's the usher in the second movie, and then he's the French guy in the third movie.
The French guy.
He like Peter takes MJ to the French restaurant to.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. I forgot about that.
He does a very bad French accent, but it's hilarious. He's like, oh, so you want to pop the question tonight? Yes, I am French. I will protect you with my life, dude. Monsieur.
Bruce Campbell in this movie is fucking hilarious. He's like, Peter stumbles in, he's like, oh, your shoelace. And he's like, ties his shoelace, and then he's like, you should probably fix your tie. Mm-hmm. And he fixes his tie. Like gets cleans himself up. He's like, all right, let's do this. He smiles, and he's like, can I help you?
Yeah, I love Bruce Campbell.
Do you need something?
Can Bruce Campbell just be in every movie from now on?
Every movie ever.
Yeah, every movie. Dude, his cameo, like, there were like 700 cameos in the Doctor Strange movie. His was the only one where I was like pointing at the screen and like, whoa, it's Bruce Campbell.
Sidetrack, but Jimmy loves Ash and the Evil Dead. He knows who Bruce Campbell is.
He does?
Yeah. He has an Ash like little action figure.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about
a movie, and he's like, oh look, it's Ash. He's like, yeah, that's right.
It is Ash. We got to watch Army of Darkness on this show one time.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen that since college. That's the first time I ever watched it. I was in an animation class, or actually in a studio, and they were just playing that in the background. And I was like distracted all the time just watching that. I was like, I've never seen this before. I fucking love this.
Army of Darkness is awesome. That's my favorite Sam Raimi movie ever, I think. Like, I think Spider-Man 2 is probably his best, but Army of Darkness is hilarious.
Army of Darkness is pretty funny. That's definitely like eat an edible and sit down and watch the movie.
Yeah. Just chill with the homies, throw on Army of Darkness.
Back to Spider-Man 2.1.
Spider-Man 2.1.
2.1. Let me think. What was I gonna say?
Did you want to complain about MJ? Finally, now that I've gotten my hot take out.
I mean, not much to really say. I think we've already said enough about MJ. Besides that like she's god awful and evil in this movie, and like no one in this movie like I don't think like the main characters like are very healthy like emotionally for each other. Like for example, MJ doesn't really give a shit about Peter Parker, and Peter Parker when she's like, "Do you love me?" He's like straight up goes, "No."
Yeah.
Like what asshole? And then like when he just goes up to fucking like that thing where he goes up to Aunt May and is just like, you know, it's my fault that Uncle Ben died, right?
Dude, I love that scene because he's like admitting his problem.
That's true. Because, but it's like,
because she's unnecessarily like blaming herself for his death, even though it was his fault.
True. Okay, that makes more sense now that you put it that way. Like surface level, it just looks like he's being a dickhead.
Yeah.
But no, that's the third movie. That's when he's being a dickhead to everyone.
Yeah.
No, dude, I do like the scene where he loses his powers. He's running around being happy and camping, go lucky. You know, raindrops are dropping on my head is playing.
Yeah.
He's having a good old time. I am gonna say though that I think Peter Parker in this universe should have dated Betty from the Daily Bugle. She legitimately like is, I think, in my opinion, the prettiest girl in the movie, and she's fucking genuinely like caring for Peter. Like throughout the whole series, she's like, Peter, are you okay? Peter, I can't pay you like this advance, but like I can help you in some way. Like, you know, like she's trying her best for him, you know.
Because she like actually works for Jameson, so she knows how to like put up with his bullshit too. So
right, she knows like she is there for his like financial struggles, and like she knows like what his work is like, you know, his work life is like. Or Mary Jane's like, my dad came to my movie and my play and asked for money, and you can't even show up to sit down, you asshole.
You only say Betty though because Black Cat's not in the movie.
Black Cat's in the movie?
No, because she's not in the movie. That's the whole thing.
True.
Black Cat is all.
I don't know.
Black Cat is always the best girl. That's all I'm saying.
You fucking furry. You freak.
Dude, out of all the fucking characters with like animal names, she's like the least animal out of everyone.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Fucking Rhino, like is mostly Rhino.
Rhino, Craven the Hunter, fucking the Lizard. You're right. What's up with like zoo characters?
Yeah, Spider-Man's like Rogues Gallery is just like a type of animal.
Stanley just went to the zoo and just was like, the Rhino, the Lizard, a spider.
Does he fight a spider ever?
The Vulture.
Oh wait, yeah, the Vulture. Fucking the Scorpion. Yeah, his rogues are literally just all animals. Like, what the fuck?
The Octopus.
Dr. Octopus.
He was running out of ideas and his phone died. And he's like, Electro.
I think like in general, like if we're talking like Spider-Man villains in general, I think Electro's probably my favorite.
Really? Why is Electro your favorite?
I don't know. I think his design is fucking crazy. Like, and I mean the original design, not the big blue naked man, but like.
Oh, I was about to say like yellow or like yellow and green Electro.
Classic yellow and green Electro, where he has that like the mask that's like a starfish.
I like that Electro.
I also like the one from Spectacular Spider-Man where he has like a green suit and like his head is like entirely yellow lightning, but it still kind of looks like the mask.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool. I think I like Shocker.
Shocker's pretty good, yeah.
Shocker's badass. He's I like how he just, I don't know what his suit is supposed to be though. Like it looks like,
I think it's just insulated or something, which is weird because he doesn't.
It's like a mattress.
It took me so long. I didn't know it until like a few years ago. But the Shocker does not shoot electricity. He shoots shockwaves. I was like, oh, he just has two villains that have electric powers, but no, one of them doesn't. One of them is basically like a sonic villain or like an earthquake generator.
But he looks like an electric villain.
He does, and his suit is like insulated. And in Homecoming, Shocker has like a his thing is electric.
Mm-hmm. What does he look like? A mattress? Shocker, more like Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah. Mattress firm, money laundering, conspiracy theory.
Okay. All right, let's say our final little thoughts about Spider-Man 2.1.
I want to keep talking more about the Spider-Man film.
Okay, what more do you have to say about Spider-Man 2.1?
Spider-Man 2.1. I thought Spider-Man 2.1 was pretty bad and unnecessary, but Spider-Man 2, that's a good movie right there.
That's a good movie.
That's an amazing movie. It's one of the best superhero films ever made. But there's a lot of those that I would say exist, so.
I agree. I think I am gonna have to agree. Spider-Man. Let's rank our Spider-Man movies. Let's make a little list. What would be your top 3 Spider-Man movies?
Top 3 Spider-Man movies? Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, we would agree. I would. Okay. That's.
Honestly,
good.
actually, no. I'd say Across the Spider-Verse is number 1 because I actually really like that one. I like that one a lot more. Like the animation quality has just improved so much since then, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because they. So I think with that one, as an animator, they kind of like the budget is much bigger for the second one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But they were really trying to figure out what works in animation and what they could get away with. And then when they found out, like, hey, we can do this shit and like really push shit, like, I don't know, it really showed them like what they could do in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I think Across the Spider-Verse also has like a really solid voice cast too. Like Oscar Isaac's great, Issa Rae is really good.
I heard a rumor that Tobey Maguire was supposed to voice Peter B. Parker.
I don't know,
but they didn't because it would have been confusing.
I know. I remember hearing that there was a live-action cameo from Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland that was cut because people thought it would be too confusing.
Yeah, but they do have Donald Glover as Prowler.
They do.
That's a pretty cool
Donald
scene.
Glover is live-action Prowler. I love that scene because he played.
That's a really cool cameo.
He played. Well, it's kind of a double thing because he played Prowler in Spider-Man: Homecoming, but also he's partially the reason why Miles Morales exists. Did you know that?
Exactly. Yeah. That scene of him dressed up as Spider-Man.
Well, no. It's mainly because he auditioned for Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man.
That's true. I'd say my top 3 Spider-Man films. Spider-Man 2. Definitely up there, number 1. Across the Spider-Verse, number 2. I really like that movie. Number 3, hot take. I do like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
That's a very hot take. I do not like that movie at all.
I think Andrew Garfield in that Spider-Man is like the perfect, like it's the campy, like the, you know, the very like quick-witted, like goofy Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like always goofing around as Spider-Man. Because he has that security of the mask. He can't, you know, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I think
stupid.
Yeah, Garfield as Spider-Man is really solid. Like when he's like quipping and shit. I think he's great as that. It's just the big problem was there was just too much going on in that movie, and I don't think the movie figured out what it wanted to do. Like they wanted to have Electro, but they also wanted to have the death of Gwen Stacy, and they also wanted to have Peter finding out the truth about his parents, and they also wanted to have the whole thing about Aunt May's like fucking nursing career. It's just
they also had the build up to the Sinister Six.
Yeah, they're setting up a Sinister Six movie.
Do you think they're still doing that?
Well, they're probably going to now because now they're making movies about all the villains for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though the last 2 installments that they've made have bombed horrendously, like Madam Web and
what are you talking about? Morbius did great.
Oh yeah, you thought it did great when they re-released it in theaters because of the meme, and it made $35,000 across like 18 theaters.
Dude, Morbius made it like $90 billion. Dude, this is the highest growth.
Morpheus was like the flop of the year, bro. I gotta find. Hold on, let me see how much Morbius made.
Hold on. Okay, I just googled highest grossing films of all time and top lifetime grossing. Number one, Morbius at 60 million trillion billion dollars. And then number two is the first Avatar movie.
I don't think that's true at all. Let me see that article. Also, hold on. Morbius committed a grave error where they said that they teleported Vulture to the Sony universe.
Yeah, that made no sense.
Yeah,
that made no sense. Dude, here's the article.
Oh my god, not the Jeb image. So my top three, I'd say Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Homecoming is pretty good.
I like Homecoming a lot. I think Homecoming has like peak Spider-Man vibes, and it's also like a decent addition to
you know what's interesting? Spider-Man isn't in the top 3 of like highest grossing films. That would be Avatar, Morbius, and Avengers Endgame. But it is in the top 10.
The first
specifically Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay,
it's
that
number
makes
7.
Sense. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man Across the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That's whatever a Spider-Man.
How would you rank the actors for
the actors? Okay. As who? As
Spider-Man.
As Peter or as Spider-Man?
Just
Spider-Man, I think Andrew Garfield is really good as Spider-Man. As a seasoned, like more serious Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. Honestly, I Tom Holland, he's a good actor. I like him. He's good. I don't like him too much as Spider-Man. I think as Spider-Man, he is one of the weaker Spider-Mans, except in No Way Home when he starts beating the shit out of the Green Goblin. Like he's like fucking landing these fucking vicious punches on him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like he jumps on him and like starts wailing on him. I think
I think Tom Holland has his moments, but I also think he's really good in Homecoming. Like I think he does the arc that they're going for. Like it's a completely different arc than like is kind of accustomed to for Spider-Man, but he does that arc really well. And then they put him in 500 movies and he just plays the same character. So clearly it was successful.
Also, fun fact, of all the Spider-Man movies from the original trilogy, Spider-Man 3 made the most money.
That makes sense, because Spider-Man 2 was like goated, so like more people were gonna go watch it. And look where that.
And then they got tricked.
Yeah, tricked.
They got bamboozled.
So real quick, I do want to mention it because you did briefly mention it earlier. Have you heard about like any of the plans for Spider-Man 4?
Not really. I saw a lot of leaks for No Way Home. I really want to go into the new Spider-Man blind.
No, but I mean Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4. Like when
they're making it?
No, when they were still making it.
Oh, when they were still making it. Yes, I read the script online, which isn't.
Wait, there's a script online?
It's really rough. Yeah, there's a rough script.
I do know that even though Quentin Beck is, or like fucking Bruce Campbell is Quentin Beck, that he wasn't the main villain and that like Vulture was supposed to be the main villain and it was gonna be John Malkovich.
I know there's this leaked storyboard art, but I know I did read a part of the script online a while ago. I know that it was supposed to start off with Bruce Campbell as Mysterio.
Yeah, they were gonna have like a montage where he arrests a bunch of like C-list villains, right?
Mm-hmm. The Vulture does show up, who's supposed to be pretty dangerous. Like he's supposed to be the most dangerous villain yet, which is pretty crazy because Doc Ock is stupid scary in this movie.
Doc Ock like murdered that entire hospital full of people, and John Landis.
And John Landis.
Yeah, because John Landis is one of the hospital. Is one of the doctors in that scene.
Speaking of doctors, I'm a surgeon.
Oh yeah, Dr. Han. He was in the he has a cameo.
Dr. Han is in this.
Dr. Han plays his lab assistant. Plays Dr. Octopus's lab assistant, the one who isn't his wife.
Yeah, no, Sam Raimi was supposed to have like a pretty cool idea, but from what I understood, like the producers, like people in charge with like actual money, wanted him to do bigger and bigger stuff.
Yeah, they were exercising a bit more control, and supposedly that's why he left. And
also, Tobey Maguire wanted a lot more.
I would imagine, yeah. It's like Spider-Man 3 made like a shit ton of money. There is a thing. There is a thing that I wanted to say though, is people give like the producers shit because they made Sam Raimi put Venom in Spider-Man 3, and they're like, while it is like terrible that they like kind of forced him to do that, he had two other villains that he could just remove one from the movie and make it more coherent as a Venom story. Like, just like get rid of Sandman or push the Goblin stuff for later. The movie's gonna make $1 billion anyway, so like.
From what I remember, Sam Raimi didn't really know I think Venom that much. I think he wanted to do a Sandman story, and that's why Sandman is like his like background and everything is more like fleshed out. Like the whole thing where he's like he wants to see his daughter, he wants to take care of her before she dies. Like that whole thing is, I think, a lot better written than the New Goblin and
yeah, exactly.
I mean, well, the New Goblin was like being built up throughout the whole movies.
It was, but like he could have easily like built up more of like he could have easily sacrificed one, like either Sandman or New Goblin to do.
I think New Goblin could have been taken out.
Yeah, or heavily cut down on.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
I feel like New Goblin should have been.
New Goblin's plan was just so fucking stupid both times. Like, it was just assault Peter on this like random ass highway, and then like trick Peter into thinking Mary Jane is in love with him, and then getting his ass kicked. Like, what was the point?
Yeah, no, I agree. Dude, I don't know. I think New Goblin was the weakest villain in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I actually like Topher Grace Venom, except for the fact that he keeps taking his Venom face off. Because I just remembered they clearly
the guy from that '70s show is Venom.
Yeah, it's David Duke.
Didn't he leave that '70s show to be in this?
I think he did. Yeah,
that's funny. That's so funny.
Yeah, he did. The last season came out in 2008, so
that's really funny.
Yeah, it just says the character of Eric Foreman was written out of the series at the end of the 7th season as Topher Grace wanted to move on with his career. Yeah, he wanted to be in Spider-Man. Like,
he's in the last episode of that '70s show. He shows up.
Mm-hmm. I never watched that '70s show. I was too young for it.
He used to show up on Nick at Night.
It was on Fox though.
It was on Nick at Night.
I didn't watch Nick at Night.
I think we've kind of said everything we need to say about Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. What did you guys think of this film? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. We're reviewing Big Lebowski next time because I said Big Lebowski last time, but then we watched Spider-Man 2 and we were just like, "Do you want to talk about Spider-Man 2?" And then we talked about Spider-Man 2 for
literally the other night. We're like, hey, let's just hang out. Let's watch a movie. Spider-Man 2. Let's put that on.
Yeah, we're watching Spider-Man 2.
You know what? Yeah, we'll see. We'll how about the running gag is we're always gonna say we're gonna watch the Big Lebowski next. It's always like some other movie.
We'll talk about Big Lebowski. Hopefully, if we don't find another random ass movie to talk about or have a guest on.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about something next time.
Sure. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. I'm your favorite dad, Krabsy Art from KrabsyArt.com. With my boy. Introduce yourself.
Big Grump. from the YouTube channel Big Grump. And we'll see y'all next time. Keep on sneeding, you fuckers.
Jesus.